right, bells rung, so let's begin. Lesson 9 here is all about subtracting with integers. Now, we did not participate in the integer game here, so we can simply move on, and find that page where it says subtracting integers. So what we want to look at here are our main rules here, and the idea here is the rules for adding integers. It's subtracting an integer is the same as adding its inverse, which means its opposite. So technically, there's really no such thing as subtraction. Everything becomes addition problems. So the idea here that negative 5 minus 8 is the same thing as negative 5 plus a negative 8, adding its opposite. So if we change this to a plus sign, the opposite of an 8 is a negative 8. So 8 minus 16 is the same as 8 plus a negative 16. Again, if we change it to an addition sign, the opposite of a 16 is a negative 16. 17 plus, and then a negative 20. Negative 9 plus, and then a negative 10. Again, adding its opposite. Now, we can simply go through that, do the rewriting, but the other thing is, the subtraction sign does mean a negative number. So if we look simply to the left, the first sign we see, well, that's a negative. It looks like a subtraction sign though, so that is a negative. There's a 6. If we look to the left, yes, it is a negative. It is a subtraction sign, but a subtraction does mean a negative. Now, if that bothers you, you can rewrite it. Negative 8 and then add a negative 6. Again, add, and then its opposite would be a negative 6. Now you can see that, oh, that's a negative and that's a negative. But let's think about it there. Don't they both look negatives right now? So that'll help you move faster through your problems rather than having to do the rewriting. So if you would like to rewrite it in negative 8 plus a negative 6, but if you want to jump right over there and you go, wait a second, that's negative 14. If I've lost $8 and I lose 6 more, I've lost 14. So we can definitely do that. 4 minus 6, well, that's the same thing as 4 plus a negative 6. But again, if you think about it, I've got $4 and then I lose 6. Yes, that is a negative 2. I owe someone $2. Now, again, your rules here, again, we've got different signs if you chose to rewrite it, so I will subtract. All right, and then because I've got more negatives, we're going to keep the negatives that are there. So it is something that you want to kind of watch for. All right, so it says when you see a subtraction sign right next to a negative, all right, this means the opposite of a negative. So also the phrase the whole opposite of a negative, this is referred to as a double negative. All right, now if we think about it, we don't really talk in double negatives. It's not proper in the English language, because let's think about there. I will not eat my vegetables. All right. So what we're saying is that we're not going to do this. Well, not eat my vegetables. What's the opposite of not eating? Eat your vegetables. So a double negative technically knocks each other out and it becomes a positive statement. I will eat my vegetables. So when we see this, this is really negative 7 plus 8. Again, a double negative does mean a positive. Now, we can also see it in action because if we add its opposite, if we change it to an addition sign, what's the opposite of a negative 8? Well, it is a positive 8. So that's why it's negative 7 plus 8. So the main thing is when you see a double negative, you want to rewrite it. So here, what is the opposite of a negative? The opposite of a negative is a positive. All right. So negative 7 plus 8, hello, 1. Let's make it right there. There we go. So let's give a shot at it here. 3 minus 24, they are different signs, all right? And again, if you can do this in your head, all right, different signs, so I'm subtracting. 24 minus 13 is 11. There's more negatives, so it's a negative 11. That's fine. If you want to rewrite it as adding the opposite, so it's a negative 24, you can do that as well. If you find it's easier to write directly on top of it, adding a negative, and now you can see we have the same sign, so we are going to add. So that's a 4, that's an 8, keep the sign, negative 84. You can certainly do that as well too. So lots of options that are here. The main thing is getting to the correct answer. So did you notice the double negative? All right, so this is really 33 plus 37. All right, so that would give us 70. Double negative. Now, this number doesn't this stays the same. We're not playing with it. This is what changed. So we're adding its opposite. So plus 7. So now we've got to use our rules for negative 54 plus 7. So we do need to subtract. So that is a 43, but I got more negatives. So it is a negative 40. No. All right. Yep. How about this? Are you okay with that? Is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, little issues here. Yeah, negative 47. Again, you can rewrite 17 plus a negative 33. And again, you can just see that they are different signs. So it is a negative 16. Number 6, again, double negative. So it is negative 40. And that is plus 40. They are opposites. So the answer is 0. Let's scroll down here a little bit. All right. 7, a rewrite, negative 40 plus a negative 40. Again, you could rewrite right on top of it if you want, or you could just simply see, wow, look at that. They're both negative numbers. So that does give us a negative 80. Add, and we're going to keep the sign. Double negative here. All right, so adding the opposite, or if you just wrote out 65 plus 65, we can do that. That is 130. Again, rewrite 13 plus 9. All right, and then if you want to, adding a negative 4, but let's think about it. 13 plus 9 is 22. It just said 22 minus 4. So do I have? Yeah. So again, don't always just be blind to the rule. Go ahead and actually, wait a second. 22 minus 4, that's 18. That's what I'm used to doing. All right. What we want you to watch for here is always we want you to write out expressions. So we always want to see what we've got going on. So the highest point in South American, it's supposed to be South America, is Mount, not even really going to pronounce it right now. All right. And it gives me it's that many feet that's above sea level. All right. Lowest point in South America is the Valdez Peninsula. I can do that one there. All right. At 131 feet below sea level. Find the difference between the two. So difference, so it is a subtraction problem. The first number is 22,834. And the next one is feet below. So that is a negative that's there. All right. So again, you can rewrite it. So it really is an addition problem that we've got. And again, I don't mind the mental math here as long as we're showing what we're doing. Did you get a 5 there, a 6 there, a 9 there, and then 22,965, and then it would be feet that we're looking at. What I want you to do is I want you to come on up here. All right. I want you to go ahead and solve 10, 11, and 12, and then we're going to end up talking about that tomorrow. You got it? That's the enthusiasm people we want when you got to do some math problems there.